Where is Litecoin and Bitcoin headed? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. We're going to take a look at Litecoin, then we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, see where it might be headed. Also, if you watched my last video, I'm taking suggestions on which coin to chart this weekend. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. So if you have a particular coin you want to see charted, leave it in the comment section below. Whichever one gets the most requests, that's the one we're going to be charting. So yeah, leave me your comments down below. Let me know which coin you'd like it to be, and let's get into the charts.
1, 2, 3, jump!
All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind that this is still a speculative market, and never put in more than you're willing to lose. With that being said, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. That way you don't miss out on anything. And leave your comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of the video. And don't forget to let me know which coin you'd like to see charted tomorrow. Yeah, give it a giant thumbs up and let's get into this, see where we're at. So we had this rising channel here that we've broken out of in the Litecoin daily. Came back down, tested it for support, got support. Now we've made another channel here, another rising channel. And what I'm looking at for the future price of Litecoin, I'm going to take a look at what's going on right here. This is a 200 EMA and the 55 EMA on the daily chart, which look like they're ready to cross. And that'll be, they consider this a golden cross, which we should get a nice move up from that. And these are my targets, longer term, I guess, medium to longer term targets. And how I've gotten them was, this first one here, looking at this as a cup and a handle. With the neckline at 47.18, we bring it up to where we broke out on the neckline. That gets us to the $72 area, which would be right in here, which would be the top of this channel here. Now, that's not to say we jump straight up there, guys. And also, I'm going to look at this as a bigger cup and handle. And the neckline would be $52 area. And if we took this to where we break out of it, that gets me up to the $80 range, which would be up in here on this rising channel if we were to go up that far. But before we get there, we have to break the smaller smaller targets. So I'm going to go into the RSI here. And looking at the RSI, you can see I have this rising wedge in the daily. And we still have room to come down right here to touch one more time. I'm going to go into the 4 hour. And as you can see, I have a symmetrical triangle or symmetrical wedge here. And as you can see, we've been getting resistance, 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 then support, support. Now we have more room to move down here, and that's what we're going to look at now and see where I believe that we're headed. And again, guys, this is just my opinion on the market. It's not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. So looking at the chart, as you can see, I had this bull flag here drawn out with the measured move of this flagpole right at it comes right up to the $68 range. I'm still looking at getting up into these areas, guys, but we'll probably have some more downward move right here. But we also have to watch this bottom of this channel here. If we break through that, then we got to look for support on this channel. So we'll take a look at that here in a second. But also I had this bull flag drawn here, which really, you know, not really sure about it anymore because of, you know, how long it is, but we did have a breakout right here. So if we measured that flagpole, put it up the top here, that gets me to the $65 range, which, guys, again, I'm still bullish here to get up to these targets at least. And if we're to break through the top of this channel, you know, obviously we'll go much higher from there. And with the golden cross coming, that's extremely possible. Now also I want to take a look at if we were to come down here to the 58.66 range is where I'm looking for this to possibly go. If we were to measure the channel, the length of the channel here, and put it over here, if we were to break down, I'm going to move this target up now. And that would get us around the $45–46 range if we were to break down from this, guys, below the $58 range. Now, if we look up here to, if we were to get up to these higher targets, you know, possibly say we get up to the $72 area and we break through, you know, then that gets us up into the between $80 and $85 range, which again, guys, I do see that being possible. But yeah, these are my targets for now. I'm looking for us to stay in this channel, you know, and to possibly get a bounce from here and go on up to test these higher targets. Let's get into Bitcoin now. And the same thing, we're going to look at the bigger targets. And the first one I have is looking at this as a symmetrical triangle with a solid line on the top, dotted line on the bottom. Did a measured move of the widest point of the triangle back here into where we broke out. And that gets us to the $4,900 range. Now the other measured move I have in here is looking at this as an Adam and an Eve. And the neckline for that would be right at the $4,180 range, or $4,180. And then if we took that to where we would break out, that gets us up to the $5,250 range, which I do believe is possible still from where we're at. Now I'm going to take a look at, we're going to go into, well, first of all, there's another thing you can look at here is this is a head and shoulders, which this would be the left shoulder. It's an inverted head and shoulders. I'm sorry. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And if we did a measured move from the neckline, which would be the 4120 range, and that would be right here, and we put it up to where we'd break out, that also gets us to the $4,900 range, guys, which also would break us above the 200 EMA. So if that does happen, that's going to be pretty bullish. And I would look for the 200 EMA to become support if we broke through the resistance. But before all that, we have to look at the smaller targets. So first of all, we'd have to break through these smaller targets to get up there anyways. But let's look into the daily RSI. As you can see, I have a channel drawn here that we've been staying in really well. And it also matches up with the bottoms of this rising channel right here. Let's go into the, well, I'm going to go back to the daily RSI, and then we're going to go into the 4-hour RSI and see what we're looking at there. And as you can see, I have this channel drawn here with these two lines up here where we've been getting support and resistance. And if you look, I have, whoops, sorry. If you look here, I have this falling line drawn here, which is making this more of a symmetrical triangle or symmetrical wedge here. And I still believe we have room to come down more. So let's go into the price and look at what's going on here. All right, so you guys already know I showed you how I got these targets. Now we're going to look at the targets I have in here. And just to be open, let you guys know where I'm at. Yes, I had a long. I closed my long yesterday at 4120. And then I opened a short at 4120. And I have my target for that at 4,000 to close out of that trade. I do believe we're going down to the $4,000 range. You can see my target was 4150 and we hit about 4131 area. We could still possibly get a pop-up to test the top of this channel. As you can see, it's been resistance. And then we have support, and support down here. So we're definitely staying in this channel as of now. If we were to come up from here and break out, the measured move on that, this is the width of the channel. The measured move on that would get us up to the 4412 area. If we broke up through the top of this here, I don't see that happening. It is possible it happens, but I don't see it happening right now. I do believe we're going to come down and test the bottom of this channel again. And if we do test the bottom of the channel, you know, say I'm going to move this target up now, because if we test, I believe we're going to be looking at around the $4,000 range. And if we're to break through, then this would be the target right around here, around the $3,700 range. And we would probably, you know, it wouldn't, I don't believe it'd be a straight drop down. I believe this trend line here, this dotted trend line, the long-term trend line would hold, and you know, we would get some sideways action maybe like that if we are to break down from here. But again, that's, I'm betting on a bounce from here. I believe we'll get a nice bounce from there, but we do definitely got to watch that $4,000 range, because if we break below it, you know, we could be looking down to these lower targets. But yeah, as of now, I'm probably between the $3,650 and $3,700 range is the lowest I see us going from here. I want to take a look at this chart real quick. And as you can see, I see these long-term trend lines coming down, and I took them from each peak of the bear market from the bull run, and I'm going to zoom in here so you can see that each time we're breaking through one, you know, we test them for support. Then we've just been rising from there. And that's why I believe the bear market is over. And this was our bottom over here at the 3120 range. As you can see, as we break through each one, we came back down, tested this one, come back up, tested this for resistance, broke through, got support on it, come up, and then we look at this next resistance line where we were getting a lot of resistance here, broke through, and we came up. Now we're at the next one, tested it for resistance, broke through, and now we're, you know, above this one. Our next area to test would be around the $4,400 range, $4,500, $4,400. But like I said, we got to look at the smaller targets first, but I still remain bullish here, guys. Everything's looking pretty good in the charts, if you ask me. We could come back down and test this line here, which would be around the $3,900 range. But like I said, I'm looking for a bounce around the $4,000 range. But we have to see what happens when we get there. So, yeah, that's about it for today. Don't forget to vote for which coin you'd like to see charted. Also, click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes. Leave your comments down below, guys. Have a good weekend. Thanks. See you tomorrow.